Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it, UPK too solid, fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't no clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece home. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up while I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll face you line up. Young name is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk fight every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 we gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers can they spit, I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feet, but you will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy. All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Mother Ra, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, send a curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. Disloyalties and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pub smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. In the photo, salute my nigga, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done show? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
What was that thing? Oh. Well. Had everybody clap it up. Shalom Yahweh Shalom to all the brothers. Shalom Al-Taba Shem Yahushai to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commander Hana. Since 1969, we've been teaching that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Of course, today we're going to be talking about loving your brothers, because one thing that a lot of our people lack here in America is how to love one another. It's how to love our brothers. We lack that. We lack compassion for each other. We lack, the love that the Lord wants us to have for each other. We lack that. And that's one thing that we have to relearn, is how to love one another. We have to learn how to love one another again, because that's one thing we have lost, going through the oppression and going through the teaching from our oppressors. Sorry. Get the scripture for y'all real quick. I'll bring out a scripture real quick. This is the book of Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. And it goes as follows. It says, "And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise." As you would want someone to how you want someone to treat you is how you should treat them. One thing that I realize here in America is that a lot of our people are worried about how other people treat them. They're always worried about themselves and how they can be treated, how better, and how other people in the world can always move around them. That's all they're always worried about. But they're never worried about how they treat their brothers. They're never worried about them. They never look at themselves in the mirror, but they always look at how other people should treat them. They know very well how other people should treat them, but when it comes to them treating other people, they don't want to treat other people nicely, how they want to be treated. They don't treat them like that at all. And that's one thing I realized that a lot of our people do here in America. We treat our people like trash. We don't treat our people like how we want to be treated, especially brothers and sisters in the Christian church. They treat their people like trash. Like trash. That's how we treat each other here in America, but we don't treat each other nicely. We don't treat each other a certain way that the Most High wants us to treat each other. You want to know how we treat each other? We treat each other how the oppressor treats his brothers, because that's who we learn from. We learn from the oppressor, and that's how we treat each other. We learn their ways, and then we take that and we go and we treat our brothers like that. We treat our own people like that. If you look at the oppressor, he to love his people, he goes to war with his people. Now look at us as a people. What do? We go out and we unalive our people. We go out and we, cold-blooded unalive our people. We treat our people like trash. We don't have no compassion for our people. We leave our people on the street. Nah, you see the Chinese people, they have better brotherhood than we do. And then whenever their people are on the streets, you know what they do? They get their people out of the street. They get their people a job and tell them, you got to be here this many days. You got to work over here. They get their people housings. They treat their people better than how we treat our people. We see a brother on the street, we leave him there. We laugh at him, we mock him. We have no compassion for our people. And that's why I'm saying we got to love our people, because if we keep doing that, our communities are going to stay broken. If we keep having no compassion and having no brotherhood for our people, our communities will never rise up. Our communities will never thrive. They won't. That's why we have to have brotherhood and sisterhood towards one another. We have to come into the scriptures, come into this Bible, and learn how to love one another again. And this scripture right here is true brotherhood and true sisterhood. That's what it is. It's true brotherhood and true sisterhood. It's the same as what I was taught, not being afraid and not smoking weed, because smoking weed is wrong. When you smoking weed, you ain't loving your brothers. You smoking weed and teaching your brothers how to smoke weed is a terrible thing. You are out here sleeping with harlots, and making a harlot out of your sister. That's not loving her. Tell me where is the love in that? Where is the love in making your sister a harlot? Going out and sleeping with 20 different women. We're turning our sisters into harlots. That's not love. We're going out here and turning our people into this. I'm gonna get this. But Black, Hispanics, and we have no compassion or any love for our people. And it happens every single day. It's happening now. As we speak right now, there is someone out there treating their brothers like trash, treating their brothers like they're non-human. Hold on, let me see. This is San Antonio's fiesta ends early after deadly market square shooting. Here's what we know. Let me get this on my phone. So it says the shooting occurred just after midnight on the last day of San Antonio's fiesta celebrations. The San Antonio Police Department reported that 2 officers were patrolling in the area near the stage of Conch Alley when they heard gunshots. It says 2 men began shooting at each other in Market Square, according to police. 2 officers followed as an 18-year-old suspect attempted to flee, police said. They said the suspect turned to continue firing at the other man, a 20-year-old, and the officers returned fire. See, this is the thing this is how all these other nations view us. They view us like we're savages because we don't know how to show love towards one another. We don't know how to do the things that the Lord wants us to do, like keep the law, statute, commandments. I mean, a lot of our people, we don't know how to do that. That's the one thing we don't know how to do, is how to love our brothers and how to do what the Lord said to do, which is love our brothers. We don't know how to follow orders. We don't know how to do any of it. We're all out of order. We're a nation that's out of order. We're just out of order because we don't know how to love our brothers. We don't know how to have compassion for our brothers. We don't know how to do what the Lord told us to do, which is love our people. It says, 2 men had begun shooting at each other. 2 brothers had begun shooting at each other. I mean, dang, this is how much hatred we have towards one another. We have so much hatred towards one another. No love at all. That we are willing to unalive our own brothers. We're willing to unalive our brothers over simple things too, over a simple argument. Because because of what, money? Because you didn't get your money? We would unalive our brothers because a brother would step on another brother's shoe. And it's crazy. It's crazy. We unalive our brothers for anything. For not having enough water. For not having all these simple things. This is why I'm going to sit here and teach you how to have brotherhood and sisterhood. I'm going to sit in this chair and I'm going to go out on the streets and teach my brothers how to have love towards one another. How to not care so much for, money. Not lust over money and over simple things. I'm going to teach you how not to be afraid. Because a lot of our people, we're just afraid. I'm going to teach my brothers and sisters how being a harlot is wrong and going out and sleeping with 20 different women is wrong. I'm going to teach my brothers that how eating pork is wrong. I'm going to teach you everything that I was taught from the men above me. Doing these things and having no brotherhood is completely wrong because we don't know what's right and wrong. A lot of our people don't understand what's right and wrong. They don't understand that. And that's why we're here to teach you what is right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad, and what we can do and what we can't do. One thing I'm going to show you is how to have compassion and how to have love for your brothers. I mean, that's everything I'm going to show you. How to have a love for your brothers. Now, how do we love our brothers and sisters? Because a lot of our people, we don't know how to love our brothers and sisters. Don't. I mean, it's some ways of loving your brothers and sisters is going to him and him alone, or her and her alone, whenever you have a problem with your brothers and sisters. Because if brothers would have followed that, there would have been no problems at this event. You know, brothers were trying to gather up together, have no problems, have a good time, and then spend time with their family, go out and get some food and eat. That's all they were trying to do. But when you have these problems, when you don't know how to solve them, when you don't know how to, do these things that the Lord taught us how to do, well, then we begin to have problems. When we don't have our culture, we then begin to have problems. Because now brothers don't follow this order that the Lord gave us. Because the Lord gave us, examples on how to solve these problems or these disputes between each other. He gave us examples in the Bible. And one of those examples he gave us was to go to him and him alone. That's how you solve these problems. Go to him and him alone whenever you have a problem with your brothers and your sisters. When you go to him and him alone, you go to him and you talk to your brother about your problems. You tell him how you feel. Like, brother, I'm disappointed. I was offended by what you said. Slag, but I was offended. If they hear you, then slag it, brother. You know what? My bad. That's my bad. Well, then you have just gained the brother. You have just fixed that problem. The problem of having a forever hatred towards your brother. Because if that wasn't followed in that order, it could have went on and led on to something else, like what happened here in San Antonio. Brothers having grudges against one another, and now going to the point where they're unaliving each other. Like, now, other ways of loving your brothers is helping them with simple problems. Helping them with simple problems. If your brother is out struggling and needs help, help him. Especially like brothers who are poor and don't have nothing. Help your brothers. Like brothers on the street. You see a homeless brother, a lot of our people will turn away from the homeless brothers or look at him in disgust. It's not his fault he's out on the street like that. It's oppressors, because we're being oppressed. We're having everything stripped away from us, even our culture, everything. I mean, dang, America is making it hard for us to live. Making it hard for us. Like Hispanics and Native Americans, you are a target here in America. You are a target. So it's hard for us. And that's why it's so important for us to have brotherhood and sisterhood, to lean on each other's shoulders. Get up in here. It's important you learn brotherhood and sisterhood, because we're going to need the brotherhood and sisterhood in the times to come. I mean, we need it right now in the times that we're in. You see all the things that are going on here in America. Our people are oppressed. I mean, it's already hard enough to live here. We take the simple things away from us, the simple things that a human needs to live. You take water, food, living, all of it from us. Of course, we're going to go out and try to find it and go out and unalive each other for it. And because you took it, our oppressors, they have taken it away from us. But that's why it's so important for us to have brotherhood and sisterhood and to love one another, so we can lean on each other in the times of trouble, instead of resorting to gun violence, resorting to going off and selling drugs. I mean, why do you think our people do that? We do those things because we're poor, because we ain't have no money. That's why we sell drugs, so that we can feed our families. That's why we go out and unalive each other, so that we can feed our families. We do it because we're poor. But that's why it's so important we have brotherhood and sisterhood to help one another, giving them food, giving them water. It's important we have help each other with those things. So brothers here in the Isupk are going out and feeding their brothers and sisters, giving them food and water, giving them shelter, giving them even counsel. It's very important we give those things to our people. But it says 2 men had begun to shoot, or it's like, let me read down here. 2 men had begun shooting at each other in Market Square, according to police. 2 officers followed as an 18-year-old suspect attempted to flee, police said. They said the suspect turned to continue firing at the other man. A 20-year-old and the officer returned fire. The 18-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, according to police. The 20-year-old was taken to the hospital and was where he also died. Damn. Now, because of a thing that could have been solved when it had first happened, could have been solved through following what the Most High, wanted us to do, which is going to Him and Him alone, the order that the Lord gave us. If they would have followed that, it would have been solved, and 2 brothers would have never had to lose their life. It's important that we come out here and teach our brothers how to love one another and how to have brotherhood towards one another. Because without that, we're nothing. Without that, we're nothing. We're absolutely nothing. But America makes it okay to show our people hatred. It makes it okay to show blacks, Hispanics, and Native American hatred. He teaches us that it's okay that you should, hate your brothers. And then they put out in the songs, everything, on the TVs, every song they put out, that they have our brothers put out is about unaliving each other, about putting that brother down. It's all about hating your brother. That's all they promote. It's for you to hate your brothers and unalive your brothers, sell drugs to your brothers. Doing all that. The world makes it okay to show us hatred. It makes it okay to be a harlot. It makes it okay for us to be criminals. It makes it okay for us to be GDs and BDs with all that. They promote that. Like I said, America, everything here in America is to come up against you. Everything in this world is to get you to go against the Most High, to get you to go against your brothers and sisters, to separate you. And it's done a very good job of separating our people. That's why we're going to come out here and do a good job, an amazing job of bringing our people back together. Like the scripture says, gather together, O nation not desired. Because we're not desired here. Every other nation is coming up against you, like Hispanics and Native Americans, because you're not desired. They're coming up against you to separate you, to destroy you, to put you down. And that's why it's important that we gather together, because that's the greatest weapon we have is brotherhood and sisterhood. It's the greatest weapon we have to be able to fight this, to be able to fight back. It's the greatest weapon. It's having brotherhood and sisterhood. And that's why it's so important that we have this brotherhood and sisterhood amongst each other. What our people should do, instead of going out and singing songs about unaliving each other, is sing. We should go out and do what the brothers here in the Isupk are doing. Sing songs about showing each other love, showing each other how to have brotherhood. Sing songs about loving your brothers. How to sing songs about loving your sisters. That's what we need. That's what we need. Not songs about how to unalive each other, about how to sell drugs to each other, about how to sell drugs to our families, about how to, go out and make harlots of our sisters. No. We need songs that are going to lift our nation up, make our nation better. That's why we can't listen to our oppressors, because they make it okay for us to hate each other. But that's not what Christ wanted. That's not what Christ wanted. It's not what Christ made okay. Christ didn't ordain hatred towards one another in the Bible. He didn't want brothers and sisters to hate each other. I mean, then what did Christ ordain? I mean, he ordained the strong to look out for the weak. He wanted blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to look out for each other, to love one another. people who are supposed to look out for the weak is blacks and Hispanic. We are supposed to look out for each other. The strong is supposed to look out for the weak, lift up the weak. But that's not what that's not what our brothers and sisters are doing. But that is what's happening in the ICBK. Us who, we barely got money. We struggling ourselves. But what we are gonna do is we're still gonna go out and help our people. We're still gonna go out and show brotherhood and sisterhood to our people. We're still gonna go out and love our brothers. Because I would want someone to do the same for me. I'd want somebody to come and help me if I was struggling. Hey. Let me read this one more time. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. This is a great scripture, because as you would want someone to treat you, treat them the same way. Treat your brothers with compassion, with love. Lift up your brothers whenever they're down, whenever they need help, because I would want someone to do the same for me. That's why I come out and we come out and we help our brothers and sisters and we lift them up. We show them compassion. But people who are supposed to be, strong and look out for the weak are supposed to be your police officers. The police officers are supposed to be there for the people, supposed to, serve justice, and supposed to come out and help their people in the times of need, in the times of the struggle. But the police officers, they don't help our people. The police officers, they end up putting our people down, unaliving our people. Someone who's supposed to be that strong, who's supposed to be helping the weak, is like your Christian church. They're supposed to be helping the weak, but do they help the weak? No. Your Christian church don't help the weak. They don't help the poor and the people who are struggling and need help. They feed off of them. They steal from them. That's what they do. You got brothers and sisters who are just trying to find a way and make it, who come up in the Christian church just to be eaten off of. Your Christian pastor, he's going to tell you just to pray for it, while you really in the time of need, you really need help. You're really going through a hard time. Your Christian pastor, he don't care. He just wants you to pay them tithes so that he can live a good life and worry about his family while you in the ghettos struggling, while you down in the deep struggling. That's not brotherhood. That's not brotherhood. Another one is the military. The military is supposed to be strong, looking out for the weak. They're not strong, looking out for the weak. Like I said, our raps are movie stars. They're supposed to be looking out for the weak, but they don't look out for the weak. Instead, they put them songs, like I said, they put them songs out that destroy our people. They teach our people how to hate each other, how to go out and unalive each other, how to go out and sell drugs to our brothers. That's what they do. They put that energy out in the earth, instead of putting songs out that'll help a brother, love each other, that'll help a brother not unalive each other. Oh, because your rappers are only worried about money. They're only worried about themselves, gaining money and getting money from the oppressors. But to be able to do that, they have to put them songs out that destroy our communities. They have to put them songs out that put a bad influence out, especially for the young brothers and sisters out in the world. Description. Should have pulled this first, but this is scripture. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 1. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Like that's what brothers in the Isupk are doing. We are bearing the struggles of the weak. We are bearing the infirmities of the weak, and we're not pleasing ourselves. We're not doing it to gain anything. We're doing it to build our nation, to get our people out of the struggle. Because you rappers, everybody, your Christian church, they're all doing it for their own gain. They're not bearing the infirmities of the weak. They leave the weak behind. They don't help their people. But what we do is we come out and we help our people. We come out and we give water, food, and shelter to our people. We give our people hope. But your rappers, they're worried about themselves. They're doing it for their own gain. They're just trying to get a paycheck. They don't care if this song is going to put the influence on brothers and sisters to go and unalive their brothers and sisters, to go and put the influence on them to go and sell drugs. I don't care. They still put it out there because they only care about themselves. But brothers here in the Isupk, we're not worried about our own gain. We're worried about helping our brothers through the struggle, getting our brothers out of the struggle, getting our brothers out of this captivity that we're in. When you see another brother start to slip on the wrong path, I mean, and you're on the correct path, it's important that you lift your brother up, that you help your brothers. Too many brothers will start to slip, and then another brother will encourage it in the world. They encourage it. Like, you got a gang of brothers, and another brother does, or hold on, let me put it like this. A brother does something to a brother, and he gets upset, and he'll go back to his other brothers, and his brothers will encourage him to go unalive that brother. They will encourage him to go unalive that brother, but not here in Isupk, because we don't condone violence. We don't condone that. We will go and we will tell our brothers to forgive your brother. We'll tell our brothers to follow the order of the Bible. You should be forgiving your brother, not hating your brother. Because what it's going to take to build this nation is brotherhood and sisterhood. It's going to take that. Without that brotherhood and sisterhood, you can't build a nation. Because a nation won't stand. Let me read that scripture. Just thought about that. This is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 25. If a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Like, if your brothers and sisters are if y'all are all fighting and coming up against each other, you're not going to stand. Our communities, we're going against each other, and that's why our communities are broken, because we're not having no brotherhood and sisterhood. We don't have a nation because our nation is broken. Our nation cannot stand if we are divided against each other. Cannot stand. We're all raising up against each other and fighting each other because we're learning from our oppressors. We're all trying to find a way to gain our to gain our lust, to go after our lust. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fulfill our lust here in America, trying to make money. trying to go out and sleep with, harlots. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to raise our brother up. We're not trying to join together to love one another. We're fighting against each other, and that's what we've got to stop doing, because with doing that, we'll never go nowhere. We'll always be a broken community, be a broken nation. We'll never rise. We'll never rise at all if we're always coming up against each other. We've got to gather together, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and show compassion and show brotherhood to each other. Because if we don't, we will not rise. We'll always stay down. Yeah. So. But we cannot, trot each other under our feet. We can't do that. I mean, try showing your brother the right way. Try showing him the right way according to this Bible. That's what you got to do. Don't be like the IUIC or like all these other Hebrew Israelite groups, these fake Hebrew Israelite groups, being prideful and coming up against your brother. I mean, yeah. We've got to be strong, and like the scripture says in Romans 15:1, we that are strong we've got to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to be pleasures of ourselves. I mean, we can't please ourselves. I mean, Paul said we are strong since. Paul says we are strong since we are strong. We have to bear the weak. We have to bear the infirmities of the weak. We have to lift up the weak. But if my brother is too weak to see the dangers behind eating pork, the dangers of sleeping with harlots, the dangers of smoking weed, you gotta let your brother understand, know and understand, help him understand that, hey, that's not right. That's not correct. Because for so long we've been getting taught that those things were correct, that it's okay to go out and smoke weed. It's okay to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. It's okay to do those things. But those things are incorrect to the Most High. And those things are the reason we're in the ghettos, are the reason we're struggling. That's why it's so important that you show your brothers how to not eat pork, the dangers of it, the dangers of eating pork, and the dangers of sleeping with harlots, the dangers of making a harlot out of your sister, the danger of smoking weed, and how it can harm your people. But we have to let our people know the dangers behind doing these things, and show our people brotherhood and sisterhood. I mean, Christ did it. He went out and he gave his life to show his people brotherhood and sisterhood. He gave his life for it. And that's what we're going to do here in Isupk. We've got to give our lives for our brothers and sisters. But a lot of brothers and sisters in the world, they're not going to give their life for their brother and sister. They're not going to live a life of righteousness. But that's why we're doing it for our people. We come out here and we live a life of righteousness. We have given up the pleasures that of ourselves, and we started living according to how the Most High wants us to live. We started living, and loving our brothers and sisters. But if you are strong, you have to bear the infirmities of the weak, not take money from them, not look down on the weak. You got to turn a brother and love your brothers. You can't turn on your brothers because of his weakness. I mean, hey, this job is not to please ourselves. Every brother cannot do the job that we do here in Isupk, because a lot of brothers, they too prideful. They want to please themselves. They don't want to have to worry about loving their brothers. They want to go out and make their money and do everything themselves, but not us. We're coming out here to love our brothers and sisters and love our people. to get them off of these drugs. This job isn't for everybody. But we cannot come out here and please ourselves. We can't do that. But verse 2. Are done. I need to go back to that one. Verse 2. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to infect. It's like edification. Like edification is good. Come on out of the Christian church thinking, you know God. You got a personal relationship with God. That he talks to you. If you accept him, you get the kingdom of heaven. That's what a lot of people, come out of the Christian church believing. They come out believing all these crazy things. But you need to be edified. You need to be edified the truth. But those things that the Lord is not separately speaking to you. You don't have a personal relationship with the Most High. He don't talk to you. If there's something that you got to do to be able to make it to the kingdom of heaven, you've got to work. You got to work. That's why you need to be edified. And that is brotherhood. Edifying your brothers and showing your brother and correcting your brothers is brotherhood and sisterhood. I mean, receiving edification from another brother that has more strength, in spirit, knowledge of the Most High, that's something that our people need. We need to be able to have counselors, people to go to when we're struggling. That's what our people don't have. We don't have that. But here in Isupk, we have that. You can come up in here and get brotherhood and sisterhood and get the edification you need, and you can get counseling for your problems. And a brother will not turn you down. A brother will not turn you down whenever you need help. Whenever you need counsel, I'm not going to turn you down. But going on, verse 3, for even Christ pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on him. The burdens of the people fell on Christ. And then you got to think about it. Christ gave up his life for his people. He gave his life. Like, you got to think about how many brothers and sisters today are willing to give their life for their people, for their brothers and sisters. It's not many. It's not a lot at all. But here in Isupk, brothers and sisters are willing to give up their life for their brothers and sisters. We're willing to put our life on the line for our people. And that's the men we need here in Isupk. We need brothers who are willing to put their life on the line for their people. That's what we need. We don't need brothers who are just want to go after money or want to go after their lust, to go sleep with whores and do all these crazy things, to go after the American dream. We don't need brothers and sisters like that. We need brothers and sisters who are willing to give their lives up, to put their lives on the line for their brothers and sisters, to show brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what we need. But Christ, the burdens definitely fell on Christ. They fell on him. We're like, dang. Christ died taking up all the burdens of the people. If that ain't true brotherhood, I don't know what is. But that is a brotherhood that is at a very high level. You've given up your life for your brothers and sisters. That is something our oppressors will never do. That is something these other nations will never do. And that's why it's important that we don't learn from these other nations, but we learn from the example that Christ gave us. Because Christ gave you an example on how to show perfect brotherhood and perfect sisterhood. If you give your life, if we die for your brother, if you die for your brothers and sisters, it's an honor and a blessing. It's not like brothers and sisters in the world will see that and be like, nah, I wouldn't give up my life for them. I wouldn't give up my life for my brother and my sister. But here in Isupk, we would give up our life for our brothers and sisters. putting our life on the line for our people. Because that's what it's going to take to build this nation. That's what it's going to take to be able to build up our communities. That's what it's going to take. I mean, if our brothers are falling to gang violence or, drugs, it is up to us to help our brothers and sisters. If our brothers are poor and are hungry, it is up to us to get our brothers food and water. It is up to us to feed them. Because our oppressors, they're not going to do it. They're going to leave our people rotten dry on the street, left to be unalived. And then you see it every day. Our oppressors don't help our people that are in need, that need help. They don't help our people that are, got problems and need help on the street. But when it comes to the, the oppressors, whenever their people need help, shoot, they don't even help their own people. They leave their own people on the streets. They don't give them housings. They don't help them at all. They rather help all these other nations except for our people. And they've shown it too. They've shown how they would give billions to these other nations, how they would give billions to Israel when they don't even need it. Billions of money to them instead of putting billions of money into making houses, making homes and giving money to brothers and sisters who really need it here in the communities, who need it, who need food and water, who need housings. They show their hatred. But that's why it's up to us to come out here and love our people. That's why it's up to us to separate from this place and then come out here and give our people housing, give our people food and water and clothing. That's up to us. That's up to us. I don't even know. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profited me nothing. Like a perfect example of that is Commander General. Like he takes the Lord's storehouse and he feeds the poor. He feeds our people. Y'all tell me who was out here showing brotherhood like that. Y'all tell me who was out here giving their people food and water when they barely have nothing. Because I don't see a Christian church doing that. I don't see the military doing that. I don't see, our oppressors doing that. But I see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in the Isupk doing it. The brothers here in the Isupk, we go out and we feed our people. We're going out and we are sacrificing our lives to give our people food and water. And that is true brotherhood and sisterhood. Taking the, other brothers and sisters' lives into consideration before we would take our own lives into consideration. That is brotherhood and sisterhood. Correcting our brothers and sisters. That is brotherhood and sisterhood. And that's what it's going to take to build our nation. That's what it's going to take. Putting other brothers and sisters' lives before yours. Verse 4. Charity suffered long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. You can't get tired of, you can't get tired of, the brother at the stop, stoplight asking for $4. You can't get tired of him. Brother's probably going through a lot. We're going through a lot of oppression here in America, but a brother just asking for $4, and you need it for some food and maybe some water, and you just finna deny him. But then you finna go and you finna spend $2,000 on your nails, spend $2,000 on video games. You finna do all that. But then when a brother come and ask you for some help, because he's hungry or thirsty, you just finna deny him. And then that's exactly what the Christian church does. He'll be walking down the street, or he'll be driving and stop at a stoplight, and a brother will come up to ask for $4, and he will deny that brother. Then he'll turn around and go and spend a grand on a yacht, or a grand on $4,000 on something, or something small, on some food. You can't get tired of the brothers at the gas station always needing some water and food. You can't get tired of it. We've got to be there to help our people. Got to be there to be there for our people in their times of struggles. And right now, a lot of our people, we're going through a time of struggling. And that's what we're going to be here for. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you can come here in Isupk, and we're going to be there for you. We're going to be there to give you counseling. We're going to be there to give you food and water. That's what we're here for. You go anywhere else, you're going to be denied. You go to the Christian church, they're going to deny you quick. They won't even let you stay in their place. They won't even let you sleep and rest in their place. You're going to get denied. But helping your brothers is really important, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's really important. But charity suffereth long and is kind. Is kind. That's something we're taught here in the Isupk. That's something we're taught here in the Isupk, to be kind to one another. You might change your brother's life if you're kind to him. You might change. You don't know what he's going through. He might be going through some crazy stuff. His wife left him. He's on child support. His kids are being. His wife. His baby mama is using his kids against him as a weapon. He might be going through a lot. And then you come over here and you are kind to your brother. You show compassion to your brother. You might change that brother's life. But charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Right there. Don't envy the homeless brother begging by the stop sign. Don't envy him. And don't envy your brothers. There. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. Charity isn't prideful. Don't be like everybody else in the world who is prideful, or like these people living these alternative lifestyles, or like your Christian church, or like these fake Hebrew Israelite groups. Don't be like them, because they're prideful. They're very prideful. They're very, very prideful, and they look down upon brothers and sisters that are trying to survive here in America. Because a lot of our people, we just trying to survive. We're trying to make a way. And then you got other brothers and sisters who are real prideful, making it harder. Man. I mean, so many. I mean, it's crazy how many brothers and sisters that are Israelites are poor. So many brothers get kicked out of the house and then have to live in their car. I mean, some brothers end up having to sleep at their job, live in a closet at their job, or sleep in the alley, or sleep in the tent at the park. I see so many brothers sleeping in tents at the park, and then nobody's doing nothing to help them. Nobody's going out there and giving them food. Nobody's going out and looking and seeing if they're okay. Nobody's out there going out and giving them money to help them at all. But every time they drive past or they walk past them, they look down upon them. That's why the first scripture I pulled is so important, because that could be you. That could be you going through a hard time, living in and being poor. And you treating, I mean, you would want somebody to come out and help you and check up on you and see if you're okay. That could be you one day. Because it's not easy living here in America. It's not easy. To be honest, it's real hard. It's real hard to go under. I mean, it's real hard. It's real easy to go under. But it's real hard to live here. Like, you just ignoring your brothers and not going to check up on them and just letting them live the life that they live, so that you can focus on yourself and live for yourself and then make a way yourself for yourself. No. One thing that the Most High wants us to do is to love one another. And loving one another is helping one another. It's going out and helping your brothers and sisters and then seeing if they're okay. That's one thing we got to do, is we've got to go out and we've got to fix our communities, because a lot of our people in the communities, they're struggling. They're going through hard times. All right, and if we don't do this, if we don't have brotherhood and have compassion for our people, these communities will stay broken. Now, a common man would have compassion on their people. They would try to help them when they don't got it. I mean, they would still try to give them $1 or $2, 25 cents for a bottle of water, to give them anything they have. The common man will go out and help his people. He might be struggling himself, but he would go and he would help them still. I mean, think about it. Christ had nothing. Christ had absolutely nothing. Didn't even have a place to rest his head, and was still going out and helping his people. Still going out and loving his people. And look, he became one of the greatest known brothers across the whole earth. His story was the greatest story that is now told around the earth. You hear about Christ everywhere. Everybody's talking about him. But he didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing, but he had love for his brothers and sisters. He had charity for his brothers and sisters. He was kind. He was compassionate for his people. I mean, and that's what we have to have. We have to have charity for our brothers and sisters. That's what we have to have. What's not working? I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you the greatest love of all, because this is what Christ showed. He showed the greatest. He had nothing. He had absolutely nothing, but he had a love for his brothers and sisters. He loved his brothers and sisters. It's the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 13. Greater love have no man than this. Like, this is, no man has greater love than this. This is the greatest love that you can exceed to. It says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Like, you giving up your life for your brothers and sisters is the greatest love ever. And that's exactly what Christ showed. That's exactly what he did. He gave up his life for his brothers and sisters. He gave up the greatest love that you could ever give, which was giving his life for his brothers and sisters. And a lot of our people would not do that. A lot of our people nowadays won't even come out and stop eating pork for their brothers and sisters. They won't even do that. They won't even put down, simple things for their brothers and sisters. A lot of our brothers and sisters will see our people and see the trouble that they go through and look down upon it. That's all they do, is look down upon it. But it's important that we show each other these brotherhood and sisterhood. It's important we take this example that Christ gave, we follow after it, because he gave the greatest love of all, the greatest love any man could ever give, which was to lay down his life for his friends. To give up your life for your brothers, it's the greatest love of all. And a lot of people aren't even willing to do that. A lot of people ain't even willing to give up pork, shrimp, crab, lobster for their people. It's not willing to even put down the drugs to stop the gang violence. They're not willing to do that. They're not willing to put down the guns and to come together to love their people like the scripture says. We've got to gather together because, O nation not desired, because we are not desired. We're not desired here. But we've got to love one another. It's important we show brotherhood and sisterhood towards each other. It's important. It's important we come out here, we love each other, and we show each other how to have brotherhood and have sisterhood towards each other, because that's what's going to build our nation. That's what's going to build our nation. But a lot of our people don't even know what brotherhood and sisterhood is. We don't even know what that is. Because Christian church ain't teaching you brotherhood. The Christian church, you go up in there, you're going to learn how to hate your brothers. You're most definitely going to learn how to hate your brothers. I mean, they say it all the time. You could be a sinner, that the laws are done away with. But keeping the law, statute, amendments is to have brotherhood and sisterhood towards one another. But having brotherhood and sisterhood, it's giving up your life. And in the Isupk, we sacrifice everything. We sacrifice our time, our money. We sacrifice, having the time to spend with our families. We sacrifice sleep. Brothers will sacrifice the time to be able to spend with their ribs. We sacrifice all that because we love our people. I mean, but the Christian church, they're not going to do that for you. They only give their time whenever it's beneficial to them. That's what they do. They only give it when it's beneficial for them. If you're not putting money in that bucket, they're not giving you no service. They're not going to help you. They're not going to attend to your needs. They're going to scold you. They're going to look at you like, did you put money in that bucket last Sunday? I didn't think so. I can't help you. Go and pray for it. I mean, they're going to tell you that regardless, but they're not going to be there to help you when you getting evicted from your house. They're not going to help you. But your Christian pastor, he's always thinking about himself. Brothers and sisters in the world, they're only thinking about themselves. But if you want good examples of what brotherhood and sisterhood is, you're going to have to go in this Bible. Because there's great examples of brotherhood and sisterhood in this Bible, like Christ. If you want a good example of what sisterhood is, look at it. Look at Esther in the Bible. I mean, she gave a grand sacrifice. She gave her life. She gave up her life. She saved her people by listening to a man, listening to a man, and being humble and putting herself in a position where she had to think about others rather than herself. She didn't think about herself, but she thought about her people first. And that's the type of sisters we need. Sisters that are willing to give up their life. I mean, there are so many scenarios where Sister Esther could have been unalived. She did little subtle things which could have gotten her unalived, but she still did it. She still did it because she was thinking about her people instead of thinking about herself. Just how Christ was thinking about his people instead of thinking about himself. I mean, Christ didn't have to die for the people. He didn't have to die. Christ knew that he was going to be unalived and still did it. He knew he was going to go through a lot of pain, and he still went through the pain for his brothers and sisters. I mean, then he knew that there were people who didn't deserve to be saved. But what did Christ do? He still went and did it. Still went and did it. But the scripture says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's the second commandment. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. But loving your brother as you love yourself is the same thing as doing this. Hold on. Let me get this scripture. Matthew. Oh, damn. Hold on. Let me do this actually. Let me get that. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. It says, Master, which is the greatest command? What is the great commandment in the law? Like, dang, this brother is asking, what is the greatest commandment in the law? This is the greatest commandment of all. What is the number one commandment we need to understand? And what is that? What is the most important thing we need to understand basically in the Bible? What is it? Verse 37, Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love thy neighbor. It's like thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. Yeah. The Christian church is gonna faint. They're gonna bring love and kisses and hugs and forgiveness. But they're not gonna bring you the law, statutes, commandments. They're not gonna tell you to love your brother, to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and to love your brothers. Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. Verse 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I mean, man. I mean, what is, I mean, man, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I mean, you got to give it all. You got to give it your all. You've got to really love your brothers and your sisters. You've got to love the Lord with everything. And doing that is to love your brothers and your sisters. It's to love your brothers and your sisters. Show them compassion. Show them love and show them how to love each other. But you've got the Christian church, they don't love their brothers and sisters. They don't even love each other. They don't give everything they have to their brothers and sisters. But here in Isupk, we give everything to our brothers and sisters. We say, like I said, we sacrifice our time, our lives, everything. Everything. But the Christian church, they're not finna do that for their brothers and sisters. They're not finna sacrifice their time and their love for them. But a Christian will talk all these smooth words and say all these smooth things, but then they go out and they sleep with another man's wife, which is absolutely not no brotherhood. That's not brotherhood. Sleeping with another brother's wife, they will go out and they will molest children, and that's abominable. They will go out and they will smoke weed or eat pork or turn sisters into harlots. But I mean, they will do that. They're not, because they have no brotherhood and sisterhood there. There is no brotherhood and sisterhood in the church. There is no brotherhood and sisterhood there. You go up in the church, in the Christian church, and you try to learn brotherhood and sisterhood from them. You're not really learning brotherhood and sisterhood, but you learn how to hate your brothers, how to have no compassion for each other, how to have no love for each other. And that's why it's important for our people to get out of that Christian church. Get out of there. Because all they're giving is lip service. They're giving lip love. They're saying things, with their mouth. All they're doing is talking. But they ain't showing the actual love of brotherhood and sisterhood. They ain't showing the actual love towards one another. But Christ, he came and he taught you how to show actual love towards one another. Let me get the scripture. But you can't even love the Most High if you hate your brothers. I mean, let me get real quick. 120. A lot of brothers will say they love their brothers. They love their brothers, or they love the Most High. A lot of brothers will say they love the Most High and love God and everything. But then they'll turn around and they hate their brothers. They'll turn around and they will treat their brothers like trash. But you can't even love the Most High if you out here hating your brothers. Like the scripture says in 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20, if a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. The Lord is calling you a liar. He's calling you a liar if you out here hating your brothers. That's why it's so important for us to love one another, because that's how we show the Most High that we love him. If you want to love the Most High, you have to love your brothers and sisters. But it says, if a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen? Like, dang, how can you love your brothers if you looking at how can you love the Most High if you see your brothers every day struggling out in the streets and you have no compassion for them? How can you love the Most High, someone you have never seen before, someone you've never talked to in person, someone you've never, given a hug or seen physically? How can you love him if you out here hating your brothers and treating your brothers like trash every day? You treating them like trash. You out here throwing them in the dirt. You out here despising them, looking down upon them. How can you love the Most High? Because you can't. Like it says, if any man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. You are an absolute liar if you say you love the Most High, but you out here treating your brothers and stealing from your brothers and throwing them to the dust like the Christian church does. One thing all people got to understand is the Christian church, your Christian pastor is an absolute liar. He's an absolute liar. Y'all go in there thinking that he's all about God and that that's where God is. But then whenever he goes and he hates his brothers, he goes around and he molests children. You turn a blind eye to it. You turn a blind eye and you look at him like, oh no, he's a man of God. He's a man of God. He doing all these wicked, despicable things to his brothers and sisters. And you think that that's a man of God. But no, if a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? Like, dang. You out here hating your brother who you see every single day. You hating him and despising him. And teaching him how to be, a whoremonger. Teaching him how to be a pedophile. Teaching him how to live an alternative lifestyle. Teaching them how to smoke weed. You're doing all these things because that's what the Christian church does. You're really hating your brothers. And you don't love the Most High. You hate the Most High. You hate God. But that's what the Christian church teaches. They teach you how to do all those things. That the Lord loves you no matter what you do. That you can be all these things and do all these different things to your brothers and sisters, and that the Lord is still going to love you. That you can be a sinner, and that the Lord is still going to love you. But you know what the Bible says about sinners? Oh, sorry. Ah, if I can get it. It says, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 6, for the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Yeah. Like you teaching your brothers and sisters that, we can be sinners. We can go out and do whatever we want. You causing them to be, for the Most High to be angry at them. You teaching them that God is okay with everything that they do. But then God is turning around, the Most High is turning around and saying, for he hated sinners. He ain't saying he just hates the sin. He's saying he hates sinners. He will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and to keepeth them against against the mighty day of their punishment. And then that's what you teaching the people. You're teaching them that they can go out and do whatever they want. They can be whoever they want. I don't know. But one thing they don't understand is the scriptures. They tell you who's right and who's wrong. They tell you it tells you everything. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 9. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. One thing your Christian pastors don't understand is they are here teaching brothers and sisters that it's okay to break these law, statutes, commandments. It's okay to come out here and go against the Most High, and He's gonna love you no matter what you do. But what they don't understand is they're finna be least in the kingdom of heaven. The Christian pastors, they're finna be least in the kingdom of heaven because they had the least amount of brotherhood. They had the least amount of brotherhood, and they show no brotherhood towards their brothers and sisters. So what is the Lord finna do? He's finna make them the least in the kingdom of heaven. But then keep on going. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And that's exactly what we do here in Isupk. We keep the law, statutes, commandments, and we teach our brothers how to keep the law, statutes, commandments. We teach them how to love one another, how to love our brothers and sisters, and how to show compassion for our people. We're Christian pastors, he don't show you that. I don't show you. They show you how to hate one another, how to go out and sleep with your brother's wife, how to go out and do all these things, and how to be greedy, how to follow after your lust. That's what he teaches you how to do. How to follow after your lust and be all about yourself. When here in Isupk, we teach brothers and sisters how to be selfless. That's what we teach. We don't teach brothers how to go out and get everything yourself, how to go and gain only for yourself. We teach brothers how to go and get it for the nation, for their people. Because that's what we're doing here in Isupk. We are building a nation for our people, to be comfortable for our people. That's what we're doing. We're building a place better for our people and for the children that come up after us. But whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. He's going to be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. It'll be great for you, coming up in here in the Isupk and teaching your brothers how to love one another. But that's what your Christian pastor is teaching. He's teaching you how to be a sinner, how to go out and do all these atrocities against the Most High, and that the Most High is still going to love you. And then he's saying, the Christian pastor is saying that you can go out and have all these abortions and unalivings, and that the Lord is still going to love you. But the Bible does not say that. Nowhere in the Bible it says that. It says that you going out and doing all these things, that you're going to get punished. But then, this is why it's so important that we teach our people the correct way, how to love one another. We got to teach our brothers how to have love for each other. That's what we've got to do here in Isupk. That's what we're doing here in Isupk, but that's what we've got to. That's what our brothers have to come to. We've got to come in this Isupk. We've got to learn how to love our brothers. We've got to learn how to have compassion and how to have, love for our people. Because we lack it. We lack it very much. We lack it so much. That's what we lack. What we don't understand is that that's the greatest thing that we have. It's the greatest weapon we have is brotherhood and sisterhood. So we have to have, learn how to have forgiveness for one another whenever hard times come. Because hard times are going to come. We have to have forgiveness and love for each other. Oh. Mm. Mm. Slide, bear with me, okay? I got a wrote it wrong here. There it is. Okay. But this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good. Destruction, well, what you got to understand of woe, meaning destruction unto them that call evil good. Because what your Christian pastor and brothers and sisters in the world do, they will call evil good. They'll sit out here and they say, that, smoking weed is good. They say the things that are against the Most High are good. Like going out and sleeping with another man's wife. They say it's good. They come out here and do these things and show you that it is good. And good evil. And then they make and good evil. And then they turn things like, and they say what we say is evil. Like we come out here and tell you that we got to get off of drugs. Stop smoking weed. You got to stop doing all these things. And a lot of our people, they'll turn against. And that's not brotherhood. They stray away from brotherhood. Because we come out here and tell our people we got to show brotherhood towards one another. And the people will turn against it. We got to show brotherhood towards one another. And the people will say, no, that's evil. Because that's exactly what we come out and show our people. We come and tell our people, you got to get off of drugs. You got to stop hating your brothers. You got to stop coming out here and unaliving each other. And they will come up against us and tell us that's wrong. That's completely wrong. But woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because they putting darkness for light and night for darkness. They're saying it's okay to come out here and sleep with as many women as possible. They're coming out here and saying, oh, it's okay to go and shake your tail to the world in the club. It's okay to show your body to every single body in the club when it's an abominable thing. But woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Woe unto the Christian pastors who come out here and tell you, no, it's good to do these things. It's good to come out here and be who you want to be. Come out here and live alternative lifestyles. Because that's what they're teaching our people. That's what they're teaching our people. They're teaching our people that it's okay to come out here and be evil. Come out here and go against the Most High. But we've got to have brotherhood and sisterhood, and that's why it's important that we come out here and we undo the things that the Christian pastor is teaching. We come out here and we undo and teach the things that a Christian pastor has been teaching, because the things that the Christian church has been teaching has destroyed our people. The Christian church is just leading our people astray. We're leading our people astray. It's important that we love our people, but your Christian pastor is telling you, no, you got to love every other nation also. You got to love everybody. But it's real important that we come together and we love our people and our people only, because all these other nations, they are not showing love to you. They're not giving you love. They're not helping you, or trying to better you. They're trying to destroy you. But your Christian pastor, he's telling you, no, you got to forgive them and love them and do all that. Do the whole nine. You gotta be a good slave. But we're kind of trying to come out here and tell you, you got to love your brothers and sisters. You got to love your people and your people only. Because no other nation is showing you love. No other nation is loving you, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I said, gather together, O nation not desired. Gather together and love one another, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This Bible wasn't telling you to go out and love everybody, but it's telling you to go out and love your people. Love your people, because your people aren't being shown love out in the world. Your people are getting the hatred. Your people are at the bottom, getting the end of the foot. They're getting the big toe. They're not getting love. But Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's why it's important that we come out here and show our people love. We show our people brotherhood and sisterhood. We show our people how to not hate each other. Because that's what a lot of our people do. We don't like each other. We don't fend for our nation. We don't come out here and be for our people, but we're for every other nation on the face of the earth. Like right now, what's going on in Israel and in Israel, everybody's worried about them. Everybody is so worried about what's happening to them, but you're not worried about what's going on with your people here in America. You're so worried about what's going on with them. You should be worried about what's going on with your people, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're trying to say, oh, free Palestine and justice for Israel, all that, but you're not worried about your own people. You're not worried about the problems that you got going on. Instead of being worried about their problems, let's be worried about the problems that we've got going on. Let's first learn how to love each other, because that's what we don't know how to do. Let's first learn how to be about each other. We've got to get ourselves right, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Get ourselves right and show each other brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what we got to do. Instead of going out and showing, instead of going out and loving all these other nations. We're going out and we loving all these nations, but we're not loving ourselves. It's important we love ourselves, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because nobody else is giving you that love. Nobody else. Nobody else is coming out here and loving you like you should be. But that's why it's important that we come out here and we love our people. We come out here and we give our brothers love. We give them brotherhood and sisterhood. It's important. Because no other nation is finna give that to you. The book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast to, it's like, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. Like, hold fast to what ye have learned, the brotherhood, and hold fast to the brotherhood that you've learned in the truth. Like, hold fast to it. We've got to hold it. Hold this brotherhood. Keep it with us. We've got to hold on to this brotherhood, because without it, we're absolutely nothing. Without it, we're destroyed. As you see, our people are coming up against our own people and unaliving our own people. We've got to hold fast to this brotherhood and to the sisterhood, because this is what's gonna be. This is what's gonna save us. That's what's gonna build our nation. I mean, damn. Look what happens when we lost our brotherhood and our sisterhood. Now you got people out here, and now you got people out here going out and unaliving each other. Now you got people out here in the ghettos coming out here and going sleeping with each other's wives. You got brothers out here going out here and doing all these atrocities against each other. You got gangs out here coming up against each other. It's important that we hold fast to this brotherhood and sisterhood, like Hispanics and Native Americans. It's important because we had everything at one point in time taken away from us. Everything. We had our culture. Since we had our culture taken away from us, we had our brotherhood and sisterhood taken away from us. Everything was stripped from us. Now we're a nation who roams with no brotherhood and sisterhood. We're a nation who roams with no culture. And now you have every other nation looking upon us, looking down upon us, and having no respect for our people, no respect for our nation. It's time that we rebuild our nation, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Rebuild this nation back up. And the only way to do that is here in the Isupk, because that's what we truly doing. We truly building a nation of brothers and sisters who have brotherhood and sisterhood for each other, who have absolute compassion for their people, who come out here and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, because that's what's going to take. We have brothers and sisters out here who come and correct their brothers and sisters. That's what's going to take to build a nation. We need brothers and sisters who will stand firmly on these laws, statutes, and commandments, because without them, we are destroyed. These laws, statutes, and commandments are our life. That's what gives us life. And without it, we're absolutely nothing. We're absolutely nothing. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we've got to show brotherhood and sisterhood towards one another. It's so important. Because without it, we're absolutely nothing. But without, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. One was 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Command Junior Hana. That. Damn, it's not even weird. Here we go. This is the Isupk security announcements. We're the Isupk started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. What's that? Oh. But after this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Maishra means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Don't have them yet. Actually, need to get them. I don't have those yet, but if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. And this will conclude the Isupk security announcements. And with that, Majum, which means to stand. I'm going to read the Lord's Prayer in the last rank with Dash. Right. All right, star, turn the face east. Abanawa, Shabbat Shema, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malafaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratiza, Kawa, Haya, Bashama, Latanana, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakna, Kawatna, Kasalakna, Kawawathina, Wadala, Tabi Ayana, Benasawan, Abal, Aishan, Nayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Kawalakwa, Wahala, Wata Para, La Lumi, Aman. What we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Okay. Arthur from the front. I'm going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Individual Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yadi Matzah. I'm going to turn and face the sister to give the sister one courtesy salute. Individual Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Hashem Yahushua, Yadi Matzah. Class is missed.